Okay, we're a little slow, but it doesn't really matter. We're a minute off, but who cares? We're close enough. It's 1400 hours or 2 o'clock East Coast time, and we're just gonna be on for a while. I usually come on around this time anyway, so it's time to come on. Time to come back on. I got changed out of my work gear. I'm just gonna stay here for a little bit. I'm making dinner right now, so yeah, thought come on here for a little bit. We'll be on until maybe 5 right now, but we'll be on for a little bit. I even get today's Friday, so who knows? Maybe we'll do a long night. Yeah, so right now we're gonna be on for a couple hours. What's the 3? We're gonna be on for a couple hours, so yeah, we're gonna see what's up. How's everyone doing? Put some in the chat, and put some in the chat, and I'll read it, and that's it. So we're gonna be on for a while. So we're gonna be on here for a while. If you have a question or anything, please put in the chat. I will answer it. No Q&A this week due to me being overworked. So yeah, there's no Q&A this week due to me being overworked. That's all I'm gonna say. There's a fan in here, so there might be some noise problems. I'll leave the fan off right now because I don't need it right now. But yeah, I'm making myself some dinner right now. So yeah. Okay, so this clock's going to be off by 30 seconds or so. But still, we got on here. So we're on a little late, but who cares? I mean, clock on my head says it's 2 o'clock, which I know that is off by 2 minutes. I actually have a clock. I'm looking at the clock on the computer right now. It says it's 2:02 p.m. And we're going to be on for a while. Let me fix it here. Save. Okay, we changed some stuff around, but there we go. So yeah, later on today we might do B-Stars later on today because Sea Salt is going to be a long, stressful thing for me to do. So I get ready for that. So let's see here how many books we got to read, shall we? Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 59, 60. We got about 60 books to read, guys. About 60 books to read on the channel. 60 bucks plus 65 books to read. And it's including the comics I have to read too, guys. So I got like 65 things to read on the channel. And when I read those things on the channel, guys, those will not be numbered. Okay, those are not numbered. Those episodes will not be numbered due to that's more of a hassle for me. Actually, we got 65 books to read, guys. If you go Charlotte's Web, which we have not read before. I also have that book too. Yes, I actually bought Charlotte's Web recently. So we actually got 65 books to read. About 65 books to read. Maybe more, who knows. But yeah. Also, I'd say thanks to a viewer who sent me this a while back. He sent me a dictionary. Now, this dictionary is a special dictionary because it's in big, bold print. I think the viewer sent me this. They found me a dictionary in big bold print. Tarya. Yeah. This book is so old. This book is so old. It has no last name in it still, which is wow. I haven't used this book yet, but yeah, this book is in big bold print. So yeah, this is a big old book. Has big bold print. This is a big bold print dictionary, and this was custom sent by a viewer. I think who sent me this, but thank you to the viewer who sent me this. Property. Well, okay, I'm actually joking. Actually, this came from the local library. This came from the Colin Township Library. They were going to throw it out, and I got it for a cheap. I got it for real cheap. Got it for like $1. When it's a large print, I thought it'd be large, a little bit bigger print, but not big as it is. I don't actually even make glasses to read this. That's how good it is. But I had this book out for about 12, 13 years now, and this dictionary was not. I mean, this came from the Colin Township Library. About 10, we'll say about 15, about 10, 11, maybe about over 12, about at least 12 years ago. 12, 13 years ago, this book came from the Colin Township Library 12, 13 years ago. Because I've lived here now for 11 years. So this came from the Colin Township Library. Now, if you remember where I'm from, I'm originally from Buchanan. Then moved to Colin. Then moved here to Three Rivers. Now I live here now for about 11 years. The UCO has been around for 7. Yes, I wish I had UCO back then, so I would start kicking myself.
Here's a bit. As you can see, it's bigger than my room. We'll be in a family that's even larger than Southwest Chief. I settle back into my seat for the ongoing journey.
I mean, I got maps.
This is the Buckingham Branch, and it's apparently some of the roughest track out there. So let's experience.
Sorry, baby, I'm moving.
This looks like on the rails.
So yeah.
Buckingham Branch Railroad tracks run for about 275 miles through central Virginia. The route was largely constructed in the 19th century by several railroad companies. The tracks used today by the Buckingham Branch Railroad, CSX, and, of course, Amtrak. I could certainly feel the bumps as we traveled along this stretch, and I was grateful not to be trying to sleep through this section. You could really see how rough this track was between the cars. But there was something truly mesmerizing about just looking out the window. I could hardly contain my excitement as we entered the Shenandoah Valley. Amtrak's capital limit is the most direct routing from DC to Chicago, but I wanted to book this train because, in many ways, this is where I grew up. This is where my grandparents were from, so I spent a lot of time up here. I went to college near here. This is a really special place to me, so it's pretty amazing to see it from the rails. I have memories all over these mountains, and I think you'll agree, this is some pretty spectacular scenery. This was really the only time I felt a bit claustrophobic in my room. I really wanted to see out of both sides of the train, which would be possible on the next leg of the journey. The Southwest Chief is operated by a superliner, which, unlike a smaller U-liner, includes an observation car where I spent most of my waking hours. Can't wait to share that one with you. But for now, let's keep enjoying the spectacular Shenandoah Valley. It's impossible to overstate the sense of privacy this roomette provides. The shared toilets were roomy and clean for the trip. There's also a shower in the back of the sleeper car.
Get 6 times longer lasting freshness plus odor protection with Downy Unstoppables. Try for under $5.
We made our way into West Virginia, where cell service became spotty.
I can't tell you the number of times I've driven down that road right there. Pretty cool to see from up here.
The Cardinal got its name because 6 of the states it passes through, Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois, all share the same state bird. You guessed it, the cardinal.
We're nearly at White Sulphur Springs, which is home to the Greenbrier, really super high-end, very nice resort. But it's also home to a bunker that Congress built during the Cold War to keep themselves safe in the event of nuclear holocaust. So the theory was they'd hop on a train at Union Station, as I did, and then take the train all the way down here to White Sulphur Springs, and then get out, go in the bunker, and be safe. Fortunately, that bunker never had to be used. But I don't really know if it would have worked at all. Proof I'm an ignoramus. I just now realized the toilet is right there. Probably should have done some research.
Does seeing this in a room make you more or less likely to share this space with someone?
Share it with someone.
As the terrain grew around us, we passed through a number of tunnels.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 5:20 or so, and dinner is being served. I'll show you how it comes. It comes in this bag here, which has all of it laid out. It's really a pretty good presentation. It's nice that it's delivered. Don't forget to tip their attention.
I chose to have beef.
It's what's for dinner.
Yeah. I don't have to order beef. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Which meant it was time to request my bed be made up. Roommates have 2 beds, but as I was traveling alone on this leg, I only needed one.
It's true. This is not an official authorized Amtrak provided pillow, but that's kind of important because let me just tell you, the Amtrak pillows are not that great. So I went ahead and brought my own just to make it a little bit more comfortable.
And just after 9 o'clock,
Good night.
I slept through fresh air gaps in Huntington, West Virginia, and Cincinnati, Ohio.
It's 4:30 in the morning. It's a little early for me to wake up, but not crazy. Pretty good night's sleep. I like the rocking. It was nice, a little smoother track than in North Dakota on the Empire Alert.
About an hour later, we pulled into Indianapolis, and I recalled my last visit. The St. Elmo Steakhouse for their legendary shrimp cocktail and filet. A great night's sleep at the JW Marriott. This was a different way to see the city. Our attendant, who must have been running on less sleep than I was, saw me stirring and offered to reset the bed. I accepted her suggestion, took a seat in a nearby empty room, and waited the 5 minutes or so it took her to return the whole thing to its daytime setup.
Oh, I was in Chicago.
And just like that, it's back to the way it was. What a cool space.
not want those.
Over 200 5-star reviews. Shop Old Spice. She brought me breakfast, and we stopped moving in a field in rural Indiana. Our delay of about an hour was due to the need to wait for passing freight train. It would have been impossible to complain though. The sunrise was a stunner. The other train passed, and we were rolling. With the sun up, it was clear just how much the landscape had transformed during the night. I'd fallen asleep in the mountains. I'd woken up here, at the eastern edge of the flat farmland that defined the next portion of the journey across the country. This is part of America's breadbasket. It's no surprise we met a freight train. In fact, we saw five. After all, most rail traffic here in the U.S. carries freight. In fact, some 40% of all cargo in this country is transported by trains. But it's only responsible for 8% of the carbon emissions from freight transportation. According to one estimate, moving freight by rail instead of trucks could save up to 1,000 gallons of fuel per cargo. Now, I've heard that freight trains take priority over Amtrak on the tracks, but is that really true? Let me know. Indiana is one of 13 U.S. states with multiple tunnels. So, somewhere after Lafayette, we lost an hour.
Next stop, Chicago. First glimpse of the skyline right over there.
This Southwest 737 was coming in from Raleigh, North Carolina. Sure, that may have been a quicker way to get here from the East Coast, but those passengers missed seeing so much. Only an hour behind schedule, we pulled into Chicago's Union Station.
What an adventure, and there's more to come. Be sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next leg of this journey across the United States of America by rail.
I just missed the flight to LA, so I'm doing the next best thing.
Hey, the train.
Jet Setters, I'm Jeff Rook.
Can't wait to bring you on this journey.
Generally, if it's so last night I had this dream that was in my childhood home. Being racked by a storm, like it was lightning and rain, wind. The house was shaking so much I could feel it. Then I woke up and it was a dream. I'm Jeff Brooks from RailRats.com. Between now and the next time, see you on the rails. Welcome on board Amtrak's most iconic train, the California Zephyr. Join us over the next 3 days as we cross the U.S. We'll spend one day in every Amtrak accommodation, coach, roomette, bedroom, to find out what it's like to live, eat, and sleep on, and which is worth your money.
Hello, Jet Setters. I'm Jeff Brooks from GreenerGrass.com. This is the definitive guide to Amtrak rooms, and you're coming along.
You see, there are three main accommodation types on Amtrak sleeper trains, from least expensive to most expensive. That's coach, roomettes, and bedrooms. And on this nearly 2,500-mile journey, we'll try them all and show you exactly what you can expect from each one. Here's the plan. We'll leave Emeryville, just outside San Francisco, and travel in coach for 7 hours to Reno. We'll get out there and wait 24 hours for the next train, where we'll try a roomette to make the 26-hour journey over to Denver. We'll get out again for another break before getting back on board this time in a bedroom for the final 19-hour push into Chicago. All in, that's 52 hours to put Amtrak accommodations to this ultimate test.
The first step of this cross-country adventure is to pick up a coach from here in downtown San Francisco out to Emeryville with a separate connection. So that's what we're headed to do right now.
The bus arrived right on time. We dropped off our bags, we loaded into the bus, boarded, and 20 minutes later, we're in Emeryville.
We made it to Emeryville. Now, our first leg today is in Coach onto Reno. So we're going to check our bags just because it's one less thing to worry about and collect them when we get to Reno. Not every station offers that service. Unfortunately, here in Emeryville and then also Reno, you can do it. Unfortunately, we're not getting out of here on time. The train is already delayed an hour, so we'll just hang out at the station.
Let's make some money. Let's make some money right now on YouTube, but I can't make a damn dime.
Get out of here when you get out of here. This is part of Amtrak.
Back inside, there's a small coffee shop, but word to the wise, they only take cash. We went across the street for better prices and a credit card machine.
If you're riding coach on Amtrak for a significant distance, it might make sense to pick up some food to bring along in advance. The cafe food can get kind of old and kind of repetitive. We're just on for the day, so I just picked up something fresh to go along with our lunch on board at the cafe.
The time flew by, and before we knew it, our train appeared.
It's time. Let's board this train.
Once we got the go-ahead, we boarded the train. When we bought our tickets, we opted for seats upstairs to maximize views. While most seats are on the upper level, you can also choose to be downstairs if stairs just aren't for you. And we'll discuss pricing as we continue the journey. Coach passengers are assigned cars based on where they're
So I don't know what I'm doing yet.
stopping, I guess.
32, so yeah.
In this
I changed the number to 30. I think I changed the number to 32 in about 5 minutes.
So conductor gave us a card like this to hang above our seat and identify where we are.
Okay, I'm gonna change it to 32. I'm gonna change that number to 32, 42.
And we're off. Amtrak coach seats are large and comfortable, and just as with the
I
other.
want some set. Getting talked about what I'm doing here, but I don't know.
Sure to measure and show you around everything, but I'm too relaxed at the moment. We're in the real zone now. Oh, hi. Amtrak's coach seat is absolutely incredible. There's so much space. First of all,
I might do something in a little bit, but I don't know what to do yet.
second of all, you've got this incredible leg rest coupled with this great foot rest. This seat in general is tremendously comfortable. There is no airline seat, certainly in the United States, in terms of even first class, that even comes close to this. Not a lot of privacy, of course. You're exposed, but certainly a
Yeah, I do want to do that, but right now I don't know what to do.
with your neighbors, so who you don't know, you're gonna have to be aware of crossing your cords, I guess you. Due to the graphic nature of this program, do you ever read your life? It's a lot. This isn't my first time in Beverly Hills. On April 14th of 1865, a man named John Wilkes Booth walked into Ford's Theater with the intent of killing Abraham Lincoln, 16th president of the United States. The gun that he chose to do it with? None other than this little piece right here. So what we're going to be doing today is going over this very unique piece in American history, as well as attempting to show and recreate the assassination of Abraham Lincoln.
I'm also going to be making a lot of fucked up jokes along the way. So, of course, the gun that we're using today is not the literal gun that was used to kill Abe Lincoln. That one, of course, is actually still on display in the basement of Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. What we have today is a firing replica of that pistol, which is known as the Baby Philadelphia Derringer. This one is manufactured by Pedersoli in Italy and is chambered in .45, but not the .45 you're probably thinking of, like .45 ACP. That's for more modern handguns like the 1911. Amazing, I just called it 1911 modern, you know what I mean? This uses a much older type of
I'm gonna do some writing.
You manually have to pull in the powder in the muzzle of the gun and then ram down the projectile. Then you put your percussion cap right here on the nipple. Yes, that is what it is called. And then fires, smacking that, igniting the powder. I'll show you how all of that works later, but I know what you're thinking. Brandon, you're doing a lot of talking in the beginning of this video. So don't worry, let's fix that. I'll load this baby up and show you how it does in the White Claw penetration test. So just loaded up our pistol and, well, here's contestant number 1. Let's see how it does against our Derringer. Mr. Lincoln, you're, I don't want to see this. You know, spoilers.
Excuse me, sir. It appears you have cheated me in a game of poker. I think we got it. So when we're talking about 45 caliber, a lot of people think of like the modern 45 caliber. A 45 ACP, 2 world wars, stopping power, murder. It's not really what we're talking about when we're talking about 45 caliber black powder. The caliber is just referring to the
This was actually
Barrett is different than the 50 AE of the Desert Eagle. So we are working with a 45 caliber, 3.45 inch bore diameter. Now the energy, however, is much lower than modern calibers because we're working with black powder, not smokeless powder. But even out of something as small as that little Derringer, we still get plenty of energy output onto the target. So you can see here, our target is quite leaky. And even though it seems like most of the energy was taken out by the claw itself, we still did get an exit out the rear. Diggity? But now that we've seen what the pistol is capable of, let's go ahead and show you how to load it back up. And then we're going to put Andrew Johnson in office. Speaking of which, isn't it weird that there have been 2 high-profile assassinations of U.S. presidents and they've both been replaced by a guy named Johnson? I don't know if that means anything, but if I had a nickel for every time that happened, I'd only have 2 nickels, but it's weird that it happened twice. Speaking of which, you guys really seem to like these kind of videos, these, I guess, assassination videos, for lack of a better word. The JFK Joe Rogan Bullet Theory is still the most watched video on this channel by a good margin. I think at the time of recording, we're like 7.5 million views. So I don't know, we're experimenting with this, doing more, I guess, historical assassinations or, you know, just kind of recreating events of history that involve firearms. We're thinking about doing videos recreating like the Kurt Cobain incident and even the John Lennon killing. So if that's the kind of content you'd like to see, let us know down in the comments. Or if you have a suggestion for another video that you'd like to see, kind of along that vein, let us know. But either way, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that kind of epic content that you can only see here. Or at least, the only kind you want to watch is here. So like we mentioned before, this is a black powder cap and ball pistol. So I'm going to show you how to load that real quick. What cap and ball means is that it's, you know, black powder. You've got to manually load the powder down the barrel and then shove the ball down the hole, compressing that down, and then add a cap, like you would see right here. So what this does is you put this right here on the nipple, put that on like so, and what happens is when you pull this hammer all the way back and you fire it off, that ignites the cap, which ignites the powder, which shoots the ball forward. It's a little archaic, but hey, back in the day, this is what you had to work with. By the way, if all of this gunsmithing and gun history stuff is interesting to you, you might want to check out the new channel sponsor, SDI. SDI, of course, being the Sonoran Desert Institute, great place to get your start in gunsmithing. I'll leave the link down in the description and in the pinned comment. So what I'm using to load this pistol is actually kind of a little black powder trick. I'm using fired shell casings that we found on the ranch. This one here is pretty fresh. It's a 9mm. I'm using this to measure the amount of powder that is going to be going down the barrel. Obviously, you don't want too little. else you're not going to pack that much of a punch, or maybe have a misfire or whatever. You don't want to have too much because, well, these replicas aren't built the way the originals were, so that's just a bad day for everybody. I'm going to take this, I'm going to scoop up my black powder.
Forward off on 50.
And I have a rough idea of the measurement of what each of these is going to be, so I can pretty much get my load reasonably close. There's a lot in doing this video, huh? All right, so that should do it. We're going to take our black powder balls. Love fishing around for balls. What we're using right here is actually Hornady black powder 44 caliber balls. They're just 44 caliber, but like your actual diameter is 454, so 0.454 inches. So just barely oversized by 4,000 of an inch to a 45 caliber bore. That's going to get us a nice tight seal. You definitely want things nice and tight. I'm done. I'm just giving up. This is just a fucking that's what she said montage at this point. Sure.
What's happening? How the heck would I know? Just shoot! Let's put an end to this. Those strange beacons must be the source of the enemy sites. What do you make of this?
Passing on stellar winds. This was not their dimension to invade.
My secret to good credit? Pay your bills on time for years and years and years.
You can listen to him,
No!
or try Credit Builder. It could be a lot faster. Intuit Credit Karma. Everything you need to outsmart the system.
We already have our powder poured down in the bore, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and press this in on the top. I don't have a ramrod with me. The gun does not include one, but I do have this nice handy tool set that I keep in my truck. What I'm going to do is use this as a ramrod and shove that down. And we got to be careful now because now the powder is tightly packed and we have a bullet seated in the barrel. So what we're going to do now,
F250.
get live, is we are going to pull this back, place the cap right there on the nipple.
2024.
And we'll be live and ready to fire and rule it a play. You know, if this is feeling fucked up to any of you at home, well, one, kind of is. But two, if it makes you feel any better, Lincoln's technically the only president that's suspended part of the Constitution. And also, he didn't actually free anybody. If you actually read the Emancipation Proclamation, it only frees slaves in states that are in rebellion that he doesn't control. Slaves in the North didn't actually get freed until the 13th Amendment, which passed like 7-8 months after he got clapped. So now all of the depictions of the actual event itself had Mr. Lincoln without his hat on. After all, he was a gentleman indoors. So we're going to remove that, which is going to do two things. One, it's going to make it easier to kind of replicate exactly where he was shot, which is in the back of the head, but by the left ear, I believe. On top of that, it's just technically more accurate. Plus, we'll be able to see a much better angle on the cameras of what that actually does to the human skull. So now I'm going to be playing part of John Booth in my attempt to get the same kill-death ratio as Alec Baldwin. So now we're ready to fire. We're going to pull our hammer back. Go ahead and cap the pistol. And there we are. We are live. All right. Sic Semper Tyrannis. 3, 2, 1. Well then, other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, that was the play. All right, so let's check out the damage. I think we hit roughly exactly, whatever the word. We hit exactly what we wanted to, which is the back of the head right behind the left ear. In fact, the way, it's a little weird actually, the way that this skull is fragmenting here. You see, we penetrated the skull here. The way
I think I'm done with this.
looks exactly like some of these photos of the actual skull fragments from Lincoln.
Yeah, I'm done with this.
But I think what we're going to do here, now that we've kind of seen, the amount of skull cracking and whatnot going on here, I'm going to peel back the skin a bit. I'd like to peel this open and see exactly how deep that bullet penetrated. This is feeling oddly serial killer-esque. I'm just not going to read too far into that. Sorry, Mr. President. Actually, before I do any more damage, I want to
Pick one.
you're dead. I need to call in an expert. What's your opinion, doctor? Oh, he's fucking dead. I concur. All right, we can proceed. So I'm gonna go ahead and crack this.
Okay, I'm done. The rest of this stuff should be Victoria's and shit. More kind of Victoria's and stuff like that.
Don't worry, Mr. Lincoln, we're coming for that bullet. 16th president of the United States. You know, lobotomies where they just drill a hole in your skull and wiggle a screwdriver in there around so you're no longer an asshole. That fucking bullet go. Also, doctors in 1865. Oh, yeah, I can see a little channel. Yeah, I can feel it right there with my finger. So I moved the skull fragments out of the way, and there's a little hole right there where it penetrated all the way through the skull, all the skull fragments, and right into just the juicy bits right there in the brain. And do something really unscientific. It just feels fucking wrong. Oh. Oh dear. What a fucking job. All right. Tilt the skull cap forward here. This is so fucking gross. Jesus Christ. I've fucked around with these ballistic dummy labs heads before. I've never done it. This is the worst. This is the worst so far. Oh, he's just dripping. He's a bleeder. Let's see how deep this bullet was. So the bullet didn't penetrate through the bottom side here. Now we start cutting. All right, so now I have Honest Abe's brain in my hands. That's cool. This fucking bullet.
It was good.
Oh, that is so fucking gross. Look at that. I twist this open.
It was good. Why do you want it?
It's like the most fucking violent, like, kid's squeezy toy. It's like a brain hernia. Oh, there it is. Oh, shit. Oh, there's more bits of skull in here and condoms. I don't think that's necessarily 100% anatomically correct. You ever wanted to know what a big, juicy condom full of blood looked like? I hope you do. I hope you don't know what that actually looks like in your real personal life. There you go. That's what it looks like.
It was good.
You know, when I came out here, I honestly didn't think this is the direction my day was going to be going, but here we are. Peel this back. Oh, God, I just felt like Predator right there.
Never seen Predator. Never seen Predator.
Oh, God. This is just gross. My hands are going to be so stained. I'm going to look like a fucking serial killer there. Look at that shit. Relax. I just want to take some pictures. Oh, this is gross the way that they cast this. Jesus, they have a fucking tongue. There's a tongue inside the mouth. That's, I mean, yeah, correct, but fuck, that's well, now he's looking more like an actual president because the fucking head is empty. Oh, fuck, wait, what the shit? Dude, I didn't stage this. I promise, like, they will all testify to this. I didn't stage this at all. The bullet is literally sitting here on the table. I don't know when that popped out. Maybe, yeah, when I flipped the head over or when I have no idea. But check it out. That is our deformed ball here. You can see where it smacked the skull and kind of deformed flat into kind of like a pancake. Looks like the forbidden M&M, so to speak. Don't worry, Mr. President. I got it out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've all learned something today. Whether that was about antique cap and ball pistols and historic events or just about what a blood-filled condom looks like. Either way, if you have more suggestions for videos like this or things you'd like to see us test, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. And again, be sure to subscribe because you wouldn't want to miss AAA content like this. Anyhow, guys, I appreciate you watching to the end, and as always, I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thanks for watching my fucking hands.
I gotta do some else, guys, so I'm gonna take you guys off.